Hey guys, it's Nick from F150LEs.com. Today we've got our 2021 Ford Bronco here in the shop, and we're showing you how to install our ultra bright, rugged CREE XTE 60 watt fog lights on the modular bumper here of your 2021 Ford Bronco. They're extremely bright, they look fantastic, the installation's easy, I'm going to show you how it's done right now. Before we jump into it, please take a quick second to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps other Ford owners just like you find our content. Thanks, we really appreciate your support. Okay guys, once we get our kit unboxed, what we're gonna have here is our custom Bronco fog light mounts that are gonna mount right underneath our modular bumper. And then we've got our IP68 thermal and tear resistant braided harnesses. You've got two so you can control the lights independently. We've got our zip ties to clean up after the end. We've got our blacked out hardware. And then of course you've got your four CREE XTE 60 watt Spartan cube lights here. And then we've got some optional covers as well. You can go with the blackout cover, or you can go with hyper optic yellow or extreme amber. They're really easy to just pop on and off, just like so. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do once we get our kit open here is we're gonna wanna connect our swivel mount to the light itself. So we're gonna take the C side and face it towards the front here. And you're just gonna press it in the top, like so. Making sure that you can kind of line it up through the hole there. Try to put it on the camera so you guys can see. And then you're gonna take one of the, take a nut here, and you're just gonna slide it into this open channel here, just like so, so that your nut's sitting there. And then you put your C swivel mount back in place, and then we're just gonna run our threaded bolt here through our swivel mount into that nut, and then just tighten down. Go about 80% because you'll want some adjustability just in case once you mount your light. And then we can come back and fully tighten if we need it. Okay, and then we'll repeat for this side, and then we'll go ahead and attach the other three tops. And then we'll be ready to mount the lights directly to our custom brackets. Now that we have our swivel mounts installed, we can install our lights directly to our fog light brackets. So if you line the brackets up like this with the low end, the three holes here on the ground, and then notice the L here on the left and then the L here on the right, this is going to be your driver's side bracket, and this is going to be your passenger side bracket. So let's go ahead and mount our lights. We're gonna be using the rear two mount locations here. On this particular Spartan, I'm going to run our bolt up through the C swivel mount, and then we're going to go right through the bracket like so, and we're going to drop a washer, a lock washer, and then our nut. Go ahead and hand tighten that. We'll be able to use a size 13 and 14 wrenches to tighten this nut all the way down, but you're going to want to take notice. You have adjustability here on this backside bracket as far as where you want your mount. On this outside one, I like to go all the way to the edge of the bracket, like you see here. So on the outside mounts, go all the way to the edge. Okay, get it hand tight, and then we'll go ahead and grab another light here. Same deal, go ahead and get our threaded bolt here, run up through the bottom of that swivel mount, run it through our bracket. Like so. Got a washer, lock washer, nut. Get it hand tight. Okay. Now as far as this one, I like to go about a ½ an inch from the edge on this inner light. So about right there. Again, it's fully up to you. That's just my preference. Okay, and then once you get your lights mounted like they are here, you're gonna wanna angle them about 45 degrees in relation to this front edge here, because once we mount them on the Bronco, this 45-degree angle will put them basically out straight. Okay, and once we get them angled like that, we'll go ahead and tighten each of these bolts down a little bit further, and then we can repeat for our passenger side. The next thing we need to do is remove these 3 Torx 40 Plus bolts here in this fog light area. So make sure that you're using a Torx 40 Plus bit, not a standard Torx 40 bit, or else you're going to be stripping these out and that's not going to be a good time. Now we're ready to mount our lights to the modular bumper here. We're just going to slide our lights behind the bumper. So, slide our plate here where we just removed those 3 Torx 40 Plus bolts. And then we're just going to put the bolts back in place. We start by hand threading them. And then we can fully tighten the bracket down. Now we can adjust our lights, making sure that they're at the angle that we like, and then we can repeat for the passenger side. Now we're ready to run our harness so that we can power our new fog lights. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with one leg of one harness, and behind the headlight assembly here near the fender, there's an opening. I'm going to run this harness down through that opening, and it's going to allow me to reach under the fender well here and pull that harness directly out. Now we can go ahead and connect our outermost light here to the harness. So you're going to want to line up this opening channel here with the tab. Then we're going to fully push in on that rubber seal and bring our lock ring collar. And we're going to screw it all the way down. That's going to compress all our seals, making sure that we've got a fully waterproof connection. Like so. Now we're going to do the same thing on the passenger side with the other leg of the harness. Now, just like we did on the driver's side, we're going to connect our IP68 connector, making sure that we fully tighten this lock ring collar down and compress all those seals. Like so. Now we will repeat the process for the innermost lights. With our lights connected, now we can pull up any excess wire back up into the engine bay. Next, we need to connect our positive terminals here from our harness directly to our battery. So we're going to move this nut from this positive terminal post using a size 10 socket. And then we will slide our 2 terminal rings right over that post, just like so. And we'll reinstall the nut. Like so. And now we're going to repeat for our ground terminals here, but on the ground side of the battery. This Badlands Bronco is equipped with the aux switches. So we're going to be using aux switch 5 and 4. That way we can control the outer lights and inner fog lights independently from one another. So if you don't have aux switches equipped, you can use our wireless receiver module. And you can also run a switch inside the cab. Now, even if you're using our aux switches, you can still use the wireless receiver. We're not going to hook that up today. We're just going to go directly to our aux switches. So all we have to do to accomplish that is connect our harness here with the aux switch wire. And we're going to be using an easy quick splice connector to do that. So all that you need to do is run this wire directly over your aux wire here, just like so. And it'll run into that channel here. And then you'll take your harness side and run it into the open side right here. Make sure it goes all the way in and stays inside that channel. And then we're going to take, you can take some pliers or a wrench, and then you're going to want to clamp down just like that on the metal tab, and that's going to connect, basically create a circuit here between these two wires. Fold that over, and that's it. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our other wire. So again, putting that aux switch in that opening channel here on the outside, and then we'll take our harness wire and run it on the open side here on the inside. We'll take our pliers, push down on the metal tab, fold this tab over, and that's all there is to it. Now's a great opportunity for us to clean up any excess wiring we have. So that's all there is to installing our CREE XTE Spartan fog lights here on your 2021 and up Ford Bronco. They look fantastic. They're definitely going to give you that field of view and light output that you need on the trails, at the campsite, or even on the road. We highly recommend them for your Bronco. You can check them out, as well as all of our custom-built LED lighting products for your Ford Bronco at f150leds.com. We truly appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you there. Thanks, guys.